Welcome to another episode of the search of the perfect everyday focal length and the perfect everyday lens for my Fujifilm camera. Today's victim is a lens that you all told me to get. This is the Fujifilm 33mm 1.4. A while ago I made a video about affordable 35mm lenses for Fujifilm, and I got several comments saying that I should be trying the expensive one as well, that is very good. So that's what I did, and that's what we're going to talk about in today's video. I've been debating getting this lens for a while now, and for different reasons. Firstly, I already own a pretty good 35mm from Fuji, the XC 35mm f2, and I don't really use as much as I would like to. On top of that, I've been sent several 35mm lenses from Viltrox, City Artisan, 7 Artisan, and this is not to brag. I'm just telling you that I have too many 35mm lenses already. As I mentioned before, I already did a video on affordable 35mm lenses for Fuji, and I remember getting this one comment that essentially said, if you haven't tried the expensive version, you can't really express an opinion on the affordable ones, which I think is a bad take. But I do understand where this person was coming from. What's interesting about this lens and what made me buy it in the end, it's the fact that it's kind of new release along with other lenses. I believe it was released along with the 23mm and the 18mm, if I'm not mistaken. I need to double check that. But I'm assuming it was made with newer cameras in mind, like the Fujifilm X-T5 and the Fujifilm XH2 and potentially X2S, to sort of complement the new technology and improvements like higher resolutions and faster autofocus. I am currently in Japan and I'm very excited to be here, and I can't stop talking about it. You always hear Japan being camera heaven, and it actually really is. I went to several camera stores in Osaka where you can actually get better deals compared to Tokyo, and it's definitely less busy than Tokyo, and I got an amazing deal on this lens here. You know how much I care about design and craftsmanship, and now that I've decided to invest in solid prime lenses rather than a Leica for now, this really matters to me. And I know it's frivolous, and I know that performance should matter more than design and build of a lens, but I just want both. As usual with Fujifilm, the design is beautiful. It looks great on my XH2 and just feels the right size for the camera. The aperture ring is smooth, but not too smooth. This lens is chunky compared to other 35mm lenses I own, but I would rather have a weather-sealed metal lens than a plastic one. It's been through rain and 100% humidity, and it's totally fine. And before we dive into my favorite topic, which is image qualities and showing you actual images that I took with this lens, just a quick reminder, if you would like to subscribe to my channel. I have this slightly delusional goal to get to 10k by the end of the year, so if you would like to help me with that, I would really appreciate it. Since I got this lens, I've taken thousands of photos and haven't taken off my camera. The colors are absolutely gorgeous, and I'll show you some raw files so you can really see what I mean. I'm just getting into film simulations, but if you mainly shoot with film sims or JPEGs, you will love the images straight out of the camera. I've noticed barely any purple fringing, and I haven't even used the lens hood yet. It makes the setup massive, but honestly there is no need. These photos were taken on an extremely sunny day, and I haven't retouched any imperfections because there isn't any. And just to circle back on colors, some of these compositions are not really my favorite. I don't know if these pictures really work, but the light is hitting in some sort of way, and the colors are just so gorgeous, even before retouching or editing anything. When I was editing these files, it made me go, oh, okay, now I get it. Now I get it. And don't get me wrong, I'm not telling you to throw away all the affordable lenses, third-party lenses you have, and just get Fujifilm lenses, but I did notice a difference. And with that being said, I'm not taking back any previous reviews that I've done on affordable lenses, because also to the untrained eyes, I don't think that they would be able to tell the difference. You know, I think it's just us hyper-focusing on the details, but still you can achieve this sort of look. even with affordable lenses, but you just need more work in post-production. I will say I loved using the Bokeh, the 1.4, and I probably used it too much just because I was having too much fun. You're probably not gonna like what I'm going to say, but let's hold each other's hands while I'm saying this. But there is a very fine line between the Leica bokeh fine art style, right, and the amateur looking blur. It's really hard to explain in words because it's just more of a feeling. You know, I looked at some of my photos and went, oh, here the bokeh really works, right? It really, like, it makes sense. And then I looked at some other images I took while I was going crazy with the bokeh, and I was like, oh yeah, here it just looks amateurish. It just doesn't work. I hope that this made sense and that I didn't offend anyone, but it's more about my photos and myself than about anyone else anyway. The only note I have is that when you're shooting a 1.4, the vignetting will come through, which is fine, you know, if you like the effect. I personally don't, so I just remove him in post. The overall sharpness of the image is still intact and great, so that's amazing. In terms of autofocus, the autofocus with this lens is great. It's quiet, it's fast. Honestly, no notes. 10 out of 10. We can move on. So who is this lens for? I think this lens is a must-have if you are a Fujifilm photographer and if you are a professional photographer. I didn't know I needed it, but yeah, if I had to keep just one 35mm lens, this will be it. One thing to keep in mind is the size. It's definitely a bit bulkier than other lenses out there. So if you're using a smaller Fujifilm body like the XT30 or XT50, it might look and feel a bit unbalanced. But maybe it's just because I'm such in a beautiful country and taking good photos here feels effortless, but I've taken some of my favorite shots lately with this setup, and it definitely holds a special place for me. Just to clarify, this is my job and owning these many lenses is definitely not normal. So regardless of what people say on the internet, if you already own a 35mm lens that you love, that gives you good results, then you absolutely do not need to upgrade to this one lens. On the other hand, if you're thinking about it, if you're wondering whether it's worth it and you want to upgrade or buy a new lens for yourself, if your shooting style is similar to mine, you like to shoot travel, you like to shoot interiors, still life, portraits, this is absolutely an incredible lens. Please let me know if you found this video helpful, and if you have this lens, what was your experience with it, and if you're thinking of buying it and you have any more questions for me, please feel free to leave them in the comments and I will try and reply if I have the answer. And that's everything from me today. I'll see you in the next one.